Nightingale, may I help you?
Nightingale was probably born out of frustration with seeing and hearing people in need of listening ears, particularly like after hours or on weekends when other businesses weren't open, when helping professionals weren't as available. And there wasn't anything that we could come up with. At the time, I was working with Northland Counseling Center and with the school district, and it felt like if we could pull together a group of people from the helping professions, we could create a response to meet this need within our community. And that's what happened. So a group of people became a steering committee, developed some ideas, came up with some plans, found the hospital to be our support, and we created what was originally Nightingale. We knew there was a need, and we knew there were people out there who would volunteer and who would offer to be part of it. And we were right. There were people, and there continue to be people who are more than willing to be listening ears in our community. So Nightingale started small, just a bud of an idea, and now has continued to grow and to develop to meet the needs and the resources available.
Remember Nightingale always as an enduring memory. For me personally, it was my first job in human services, and so as a young person starting out, knowing that people thought I could do the job and had confidence in me was incredible, and I always had wonderful support from the coordinating committee. But you know, enduring is a great word because it also reflects the organization that has evolved through Nightingale into First Call for Help, First Call 211. And I think that that enduring characteristic is because of culture, values, and how they worked in the community. Values were really a part of the Nightingale service. So we respected our callers. We remained anonymous. They could also. There was a strong emphasis on confidentiality, as well as a really strong legacy of active listening. That type of active listening process is central to any helping therapeutic process, and you know, because of that, I think it has carried that organization through. Culturally, we did a really good job of making sure we had a win-win situation for everyone involved. So we answered the phone for community agencies, and we had kind of a growing process, a growing audience, if you will, of organizations that wanted after-hours answering. So that, along with the use of volunteers, we respected them, we protected them, and we trained them very well, I think has had a huge impact on how this organization has been so enduring in our community.
In the late 90s and early 2000s, First Call for Help saw many changes. In 1997, we moved into the Itasca Resource Center and became the focal point for all of the nonprofit agencies in that building, which was a collaborative of services for the community. Our calls skyrocketed to over 20,000 calls each year. Also, in 1999, the crisis response team became a reality, joined our agency, and quickly became an important part of Itasca County. We also became information and referral for 6 more counties in north central Minnesota. The nationwide 211 information and referral number came into being, and then we were known as First Call 211.
I've been asked to talk about First Call, from a board's perspective. As chairman of the board, I've seen this organization grow considerably in the past 5 years. When in consideration we started in a small office in the hospital, mostly because of the concern for confidentiality, and now we've kind of spread our wings. We're now looking at a storefront operation. And we're even expanding more in opening a crisis center. This organization has grown in leaps and bounds. First Call, when you look at servicing a population, not only just Itasca County, but now we're servicing 7 counties. We're looking at fielding, we just figured our July report, and we're doing 1,100 call-ins with 979 referrals. That's considerable activity considering where we first started. And now I look at it as an umbrella, and this umbrella as a service provider is reaching out to 7 other counties and providing services, not only just for First Call or 211, but also for MNsure. And then now in looking at expanding, we're looking at opening a crisis center, servicing the 7 counties. And from that point, I can just look at a situation, not a situation, but it's an organization that started out as a beautiful flower. And it's grown so much, and now this flower needs to be replanted, and we're putting it in a bigger plot so it can grow that much more.
This agency was created by the dedication of volunteers, executive directors, and board of directors who created a solid foundation underneath First Call for Help that's responsible for its longevity today. I'm in awe of the services that First Call has provided since 1974 to residents and callers, and I feel honored to be next in line to provide new programming and services on top of that foundation. I'm also very excited to experience firsthand what the next 40 years brings.
First Call for Help, 211.